Hello students, welcome back to my class. So in my last class we had discussed about the male reproductive system. So today we are going to discuss the female reproductive system. So let us see what does the female reproductive system consist of. So here you can see the diagram of sectional view of female reproductive system. So it consists of ovary, which is oval shaped and it is present on each side. Second is fallopian tube. You can say tube-like structure is present. Third is cervix. Then comes your vagina and external genitalia and mammary gland also include in female reproductive system. So let us discuss this one by one in details. So first let us discuss about the ovary. So here you can see in diagram that there are two oval shaped structures present on each side of this female reproductive system. So this oval shape is called your ovary and it is a primary sex organ. It is present one on each side of the lower abdomen and it produces female gamete. Female gamete is called as ovum or ova. Ovary also secretes hormone which are estrogen and progesterone, which we will discuss in our later classes. Now let us try to understand the structure of ovary. As you can see the oval shape. So this oval shape, this ovary is covered by a thin layer, okay? And this thin layer is epithelium. It encloses the ovary stroma. So stroma is a connective tissue. Now outer layer of the ovary is called peripheral cortex and the inner layer is called your inner medulla. So I hope that the structure of ovary is clear to you. Now let us move to the next, that is fallopian tube or oviduct. So let us see fallopian tube. It is also called as oviduct. It is a tube-like structure and it is present in pair. Each fallopian tube is 10 to 12 centimeter long and it is originated from ovary and it is extended up to uterus. So it receives ovum from the ovary and the fertilization takes place in oviduct. So as you can see in picture, fallopian tube is divided into three parts. The first is your infundibulum. So as you can see, a funnel shaped structure is present. This is called your infundibulum and it is close to ovary, and there you can see finger like projections are present, which is called your fimbriae. Then the middle part is called your ampulla, the green part. As you can see, this is called your ampulla and it is the wider part of the tube. And at the last you can see isthmus. So isthmus, it is the last part of the oviduct and it is narrow part and it is closer to uterus. As you can see that it is near to the uterus. So I hope that the structure of fallopian tube is clear to you. Now let us move to the next. Now let us discuss about the uterus, which is present at the center. So you can see that it is the inverted pear shaped structure. So uterus, it is also called as womb. It is a pear shaped muscular hollow structure. It is located in the female pelvis between the bladder and rectum. It is attached by ligament and its function is that once the egg has left the ovary, it can be fertilized and implant itself in the lining of uterus, and its main function is to nourish the developing fetus prior to the birth. Now let us see The internal structure of uterus. So it is made up of three layers of tissue. The first is perimetrium, second layer is made up of myometrium and endometrium. So let us see what is perimetrium. Perimetrium is an external thin layer, it is the outermost layer and it is made up of loose connective tissue. Then comes your middle layer, it is called as your myometrium and it is the middle thick layer. It is made up of smooth muscles. It undergoes contraction during delivery of a baby. So it undergoes contraction, relaxation because of presence of smooth muscles. Okay, they are flexible. Then is endometrium. Endometrium is of two types, functional and basal, and it is the innermost lining layer of the uterus, and its function is to prevent the adhesion between the opposed wall of myometrium, thereby maintaining the patency of uterine cavity. Then, during the menstrual cycle, the endometrium it grows to thick blood vessels reach glandular layer, which is shaded from the female's body during puberty. So in the form of blood. So let us see what is cervix. So it is a lower part of the uterus and opens into the vagina during childbirth. Cervix expand. It expand about 4 inch, which is 10 centimeter approximately, so that the baby can travel from uterus through vagina. So it is the canal through which baby comes out. Vagina, it is an elastic muscular canal with a soft flexible lining that provides lubrication. So its main function is to lubricate. It is a tube-like structure, and in vagina the sperms are discharged from the male reproductive system and it acts as a birth canal. So through vagina the baby comes out. So I hope that this is clear. Next is external genitalia of female reproductive system. So the external part of the female reproductive organ is called your vulva. Vulva is an organ and this vulva is consist of different parts. These are mons pubis, labia minora, labia majora, hymen and clitoris. So let us see this one by one. Mons pubis, it is a mass of fatty tissues and it is covered by skin and pubic hair. As I taught you that during puberty, some pubic hairs grows in genital area. Then next is your labia majora. So they are fleshy folds of tissue that extends from mons pubis and it cover vaginal opening. So as you can see in the diagram, the labia minora, labia majora, the majora is a fleshy part which is present outside and inner part is labia minora. So let us see what is labia minora. So they are paired folds of tissue under labia majora. Then comes your hymen. So hymen, it is a membrane which is partially covered the opening of the vagina and it often breaks during the coitus. So it is also can be broken by active participation in sports. So it is not considered that it breaks only during coitus. Then is your clitoris. So clitoris is a finger like projection. It is tiny structure and it lies at the junction of the labia minora above the urethral openings. I hope that the structure of external genitalia is clear to you. Next is mammary gland. Mammary gland are present in breast. This exists in pair. It is composed of glandular tissue and fats. Because of fats, the size of the breast depends on fats. Glandular tissue in each mammary gland, it consists of 15 to 20 mammary lobes. This is not so important data. Still you should know about it. The cells of alveoli secrete milk. The milk is stored in a lumen or in cavities of the alveoli. The alveoli opens into mammary tubules. The tubules of each lobe join to form a mammary duct. Several mammary ducts join to form a wider mammary ampulla. The mammary ampulla is connected with lactiferous duct through which the milk comes out. So the most important thing that we should remember in this is colostrum. So what is colostrum? It is the first form of milk produced by mammary gland of mammal. And why it is important? Because it contains high amount of antibodies, IgA, and the hormone which is responsible is prolactin hormone. This causes breast to grow and the production of milk during pregnancy. So here you can see a flow diagram is there for the structure of mammary gland. So first alveoli, group of alveoli, it forms mammary tubules. Mammary tubules together they will form mammary ducts, and mammary ducts together form mammary ampulla, which opens into lactiferous duct, and this opens in the nipples through which the milk is comes out. So I hope that the structure is clear. So just look at the diagram and compare the structure for better understanding. Let us see the diagram of mammary gland in NCRT book. So here you can see mammary lobe is present, right? So there below that, there you can see mammary alveolus. So this mammary alveolus, they together they will form mammary tubules. Then this tubules together they will form mammary duct, and this duct together they will form ampulla, and ampulla will form lactiferous duct, and this lactiferous duct will open in the nipples. So you can see the structure here. As at the top you can see the fats, right? So the size of the breast is depend on the presence of fats as well. So this is the structure of gland. So I hope that this is clear to you. So this is all about the female reproductive system. So in next class I shall start new topics. So till then write notes on this and revise the chapter. I'll see you in my next class.